Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hi everyone. My name is Siti Nur Anis binti Wan Abdullah, your host for today. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our talk show today. First of all, I would like to say thank you to all of audience in front of me for joining this talk show today. Today, we would like to talk about the domestic violence. We would share some benefit and information about our hot topic nowadays. This topic was really current issue that everyone would talk and give some different opinion. That's why I would like to introduce our special guest who was joining us today. Firstly, I would openly proud to introduce our special guest for today. Our first guest, we have Madam Ain, victim of domestic violence. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, next, I would like to introduce our second guest, Miss Emilia, is abuser sister. How are you, Miss Emilia?
Everyone, I am fine, thank you.
Then, I would like to introduce our third dedicated guest, Dr. Husna, one of a household counselor. How are you, Dr. Husna?
I am fine, thank you.
And our last guest to discuss in this talk show is lawyer in Sharia, Madam Dania. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. Thank you.
Nowadays, the case of domestic violence is not new issue in Malaysia and has even become an issue that plagues the society in our country. In the newspaper, we will find that the number of domestic violence cases refer to the Emergency and Trauma Department of Hospital Kuala Lumpur increased every month by 30% or about 150 cases. As we know, domestic violence is not physical violence alone. Domestic violence is any behavior the purpose of which is to gain power or control over a spouse, partner, girl and boyfriend, or intimate family member. Abuse is learned behavior. It is not caused by anger, mental problem, drug or alcohol, or other common excuses. For me, domestic violence is deliberately or trying to put the victim in fear. Okay, I would like to ask what the type of abuse, domestic violence is experienced by Madam Ain.
First of all, I want to say thank you, Anis, for inviting me today. I introduce myself. My name is Siti Fatimah Nur bin Muhammad Rashid, 21 years old and come from Johor. The domestic violence I have experienced was physical in nature. I just got divorced with my husband a few months ago. We have been married for 2 years, but only the first 5 months we are happy. After that, he has started to change, start to get angry, raise his hand and hit me. Before getting married, we were friends for 3 years, and the one I know, he was very good, not a hot-tempered person. The reason he hit me was the one because I did not give him my phone checks, and once upon a time I returned to work late due to work factors. He accused me of cheating, being unfaithful, and there was another man behind him. If I do not follow his wishes, he will start to get angry with me and he will hit me. Once I forgot to sweep the house, he went on a rampage and threw everything in the house, but he did not make any effort to help me. My ex-husband is so hot-tempered while I love him, but he is paranoid. I do not want to be his victims again, so I decide to divorce, and he also divorced me.
Thank you, Madam Ain. I'm really sympathize with problem you are experiencing. I can feel how sad and disappointed you are facing this hard time being a victim. After 5 months, your ex-husband was changing. We are sorry hear about that, and hopefully with this experience you will be more strong, patient, and move on from this sadness. But I'm still curious why domestic violence happen in our society. What exactly the factor of this issue? Based on true experience, being the sister of abuser, can you share with us, Miss Amelia?
Miss Anis, I think that a good question. Actually, my younger brother have divorced that issue 2 months ago. He has divorced and now still recovery process of depression. My younger brother have a low self-esteem and always feel insecure and low confidence of himself. So he feel that he need to control and dominate his partner. Low self-esteem also make him extremely and jealousy. He also has been struggling and regulating his anger and ego. This factor become worse after he being fired from jobs and he feel jobless. Besides that, my younger brother actually learns violence behavior from my father. He being abused because he growing up having being abused since he is a child. It's sad but true. He may learn to believe that violence is a reasonable way to resolve conflict between people. My younger brother maybe thinks that woman to be not value or respect because he always saw my father hit my mother since he was young. So I think the history of being physically abused is the main factor of my younger brother problem. Moreover, in this current situation, economy will impact the stability of family relationship. In case my younger brother become more aggressive to his wife after her being jobless. He always share his guilty and anxiety to me as his sister because he feel useless and meaningless as a husband. This situation make his low esteem problem become worse and his anxiety level increase until he need to take medication of depression. I mean weakness of struggling, but it does mean that can beat and slap his wife to satisfy his anger. My family and I, myself, never agree with his action in the domestic violence issue. So, as a family, we always support him to manage his problem. by referring him to any expertise in hospital. We have been advised him to learn how to control his anger and anxiety by building a healthy and happy environment for him. We always ready to lend and hear for him, to share his feeling and problem, so that he will always remain calm and positive.
It is a good explanation from Miss Emilia. We can see that your younger brother was raised in a bad environment for him as a child, like your fathers always beat your mother. So, the attitude is learned by him since childhood. According to his experience, when he is angry, he obtains what he desires, or others will give in and follow his word. Without realizing it, it's become a habit that is difficult to get rid of. From this, we also can see that Miss Emilia is very concerned about her youngest brothers. As we know, this topic was experienced by most of spouses. So, what's your opinion about effect of domestic violence as a household counselor, Dr. Husna?
Based on explanation from our three special case yearly related to type and effect of domestic violence, it also can give psychologist effect of the victim. Next, domestic violence can give effects such as society will be divided relationship. The country is to damage the image of the country, and social problem in the country will increase. That's why domestic violence is very give some effect and negative effect to many people.
Thank you, Dr. Husna, for your explanation. Indirectly, we can see that it can make a victim lack of self-confidence, effect to society, and criminal cases in our country will increase. Besides, domestic violence also affected our mental health. And of course, I want to know this answer from Madam Dania. So, Madam, can you give opinion about this?
Hi, I'm Dania Putri Elisa, 21 years old. I'm stay at Seremban, Negeri Sembilan. Before that, I want to say thank you for inviting me to this show. My opinion on domestic violence also affect our mental health. Women who experience domestic violence or abuse are at high risk for a variety of mental health conditions, including post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, depression, anxiety, substance abuse, and suicidal thoughts. In situations of domestic violence, abuse attacks are often followed by remorse and apology, but this honeymoon period usually ends in violence and abuse. This cycle means women are always looking forward to the next emergence. Women in this situation feel that have no control, especially when abuse occurs in their own homes. No wonder living under the impact of physical and emotional stress on mental and psychical well-being. One study found that the likelihood of developing PTSD was about 7 times higher for women who had been victims of domestic violence than those who did not. The likelihood of experiencing depression was 2.7 times greater, anxiety 4 times higher, and drug and alcohol abuse 6 times greater. That's all my opinion on this situation. Thank you.
Wow, it's such a detailed explanation from Madam Dania. As we know, if an individual is exposed to constant pressure and is unable to handle their stress, they may develop a mental illness, especially for women. Victims of domestic violence will face the pressure of life based on research that 63% to 75% for those involved in domestic violence are involved in facing emotional stress. So, what we can conclude is domestic violence has their own side in anyone's lifestyle. For example, there are also those who are surrounded in division or ambivalent feeling that one day her relationship with abuser will be good. Even now, they already live in suffering. Last but not least, other people can help you if you are keep quiet. Only you can save yourself. Before I close this talk show officially, I would like to ask the question to our special guest. Now, we will move on to the question of domestic violence. My first question is for Madam Ain. It is misunderstanding can lead to domestic violence?
It is up to the couple to control their emotions. If the couple is able to communicate positively and resolve the dispute well, the couple will admit and release the mistake made. It will not lead to domestic violence. However, if the couple is unable to control their emotions, chances are quarrels and fight will ensue. Worst effect will be physical, mental and emotional or sexual violence.
Thank you, Madam Ain. We know that in a relationship we can escape from any problems or misunderstanding. However, it can be controlled by each couple, such as trusting each other and always to consult each other when having a problem. Miss Emilia, may I know why women or victims of domestic violence often remain be silent or slow to take action when abused?
I think the reason is they are frightened and feeling hopeless. Based on my observation of younger brother case, his wife always threatened by him and learn helplessness. She has been touched and believed to be powerless until she becomes hopeless. As a housewife, she economically depend on her husband because she not have a marketable job skill, so she has so realistic alternative financial support for her survival. She also stays silent for the sake of children needed a father. As I know, my younger brother always threatened to take the children away from his wife if she leave him. My younger brother also actually manipulatively by rationalize the things as the punishments that she deserves. I think this is the reason why the victim of domestic violence remain be silent and still stay in this toxic relationship.
Thank you so much, Miss Emilia. As a wife, she need to think about many things before making a complaint about herself and family. Dr. Husna, how to prevent domestic violence?
The way to prevent the problem of domestic violence is to live a harmonious life and cultivate love in the family. Next, the couple needs to accept the couple's strengths and weakness and also improve of them. The couple need to now fulfill their responsibility. Next, the prevent domestic violence post know their right from a religious and legal point of views. Their proper goals first to religion. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Husna, for your explanation. This is a good way to curb domestic violence. Madam Dania, if I'm a victim of domestic violence, how do I get a help?
If domestic violence occurs not seriously, we need to identify the case of domestic violence. Next, try to get third-party help among both families. We can also contact the Women's Development Department at Nur 15999 or the nearest JKM office or Paksi JIM or Women's NGO around you. If the violence is at a serious level and capable of injuring someone, we need to get medical treatment. Go to OSCC One Stop and Integrate Crisis Center. Report the police. Then report to the Department of Social Welfare. Obtain an interim protection order, IPO or protection order. Then if you have decided to divorce, file your divorce in court. That's all.
Thank you, Miss Dania, for your information. So, to all of audience and anyone who knows or has friend who was experiencing in domestic violence, you can help them and advise them to make a complaint to the authorities, as there are still people want to helping them. The end of the question and answer season. So let's wrap up this talk show today. I would like to say thank you so much to all of our special guests, and thanks to our audience for spending your time today. Today, we have get many benefit and information about domestic violence. One word I would to share with all of you is you must stop domestic violence, love yourself, everyone is entitled to and have a happy life. I see you all again next week and bye everyone.